Hi guys, and welcome to the Wycombe vs Sunderland match review. So, normality has well and truly resumed as Sunderland do lose by a goal to nil. So we'll get into the game. So we started off with Burge in goal, which was happy to see. I think he deserves his place in the squad. I've said that for weeks now. We had Denver Hume left back. We had McLaughlin at right back, Conor McLaughlin. We had Willis and Lynch in the middle of defence. We had Leadbitter and Power in the middle, which I'll get onto shortly. We had O'Nien as well playing in there. Don't have a clue where on earth he was supposed to be playing, but again, we'll get onto that later. We had Watmore, we had McGeady, and also Wycombe to start the game. So we get into the game, and I think the first sort of 5 minutes or so, it was mainly Wycombe putting balls into the box. We were dealing with it, really, to be honest with you. They weren't really causing us too many problems. But then we did come into it for a good 5-10 minutes. We had a decent spell. Where we had a chance where Watmore broke down the right hand side a couple of times, cut it back to McGeady, who put it just over the bar. There was a few little runs, as McGeady likes to, down the left hand side and getting balls in with nothing really happening in terms of making sort of clear cut chances. But just around the half an hour mark, Wycombe did take the lead, and probably deservedly so, just about. Balls played in, it's kind of ricocheted / held up by Akinfenwa, and then smashed in the box from relatively close range. It's a very good finish though, to be fair. 1-0, and we ended up seeing it to half time, and it remained at 1-0. Second half, we improved marginally. It still wasn't good. The whole game in itself was a very, very scrappy game. I don't really want to sit here and say Wycombe were miles better than us, because I don't think they were. It was relatively terrible viewing for both teams, really. It wasn't great. I don't think that we were particularly better than them, or they were really, really better than us. They probably just about deserved it. Don't get me wrong. They probably made a couple of better chances than us. But in the second half, we did marginally improve. Grigg come on at half time for Wycombe. I don't know whether Wycombe was actually injured or not. He wasn't having the best of games, but he did have a bit of a head collision, I'm pretty sure, at some point during the first half. So I don't know whether it was because of that. So Greg did a bit of running. There was a couple of times where he nearly got in there, where balls were getting played over the top or just trying to slip him in behind, and it was just a bit too much, stuff like that. It just wasn't really falling for Greg. It hasn't done for, since he's put pen to paper and signed for us, has it? But we had a couple of little chances here and there. McGeady really late on, he hit it from distance. It's a great save with the keeper who tips it onto the bar in sort of like the 93rd, 94th minute. But we couldn't find a way back. I think on the whole, no, it wasn't a great performance. I don't think Wycombe, like I say, weren't massively better than us, but they were sort of winning every second ball. They just looked like they simply wanted it more, and we just couldn't handle Akinfenwa at all. He absolutely bullied Lynch and Willis for the majority of the game. He was winning everything in the air. His hold-up play was outstanding, which we know what he's like. He's just a big brute. He can't run to save his life, really. But every ball that was pinged in towards Akinfenwa, he would somehow bring it down, he'd knock it on. His shield play is fantastic, and we really couldn't handle him at all. And like I say, he bullied our defenders, and he's fantastic at bringing other players into the game. Akinfenwa, we can hold up the ball, can't touch him, we can't get the ball off him, and he's a nightmare to play against. And I think that was a massive thing today, because we didn't have that. We didn't have that physical presence. And as I kind of briefly alluded to before, Power and Leadbitter in the middle. I have said this countless times, particularly away from home, or even just simply against a team who you know are going to come at you and go for you. Them two just become anonymous. They're too weak for starters. Both of them are very similar somewhat, and they cancel each other out. It's like they don't know which one should go forward, which one should sit back. And they become a sort of anonymous, like I say. They just become pedestrian, and it's so easy for the opposition to just walk through them, because you'd be forgiven, to forget that either of them on the frigging pitch half the time. Same with O'Nien. Like again, I alluded towards that before in the intro with O'Nien. I actually don't know where he played today at all. He just kind of go where you want type thing around the midfield, and he barely touched the ball. He didn't have any form of influence on the game. Of course, I love Luke. I think he's a decent player, and he works hard, but I didn't see him at all today. He didn't get involved anywhere near enough. He just wasn't effective whatsoever. But yeah, I think it was probably the wrong selection in terms of the midfield. I don't think that was correct. I think Robson should have been in there for that bit more energy and tenacity, which I think we so desperately needed today. And you could see it after 25 minutes, half an hour, that's exactly what was needed. And of course, Power and Ledbetter, they just weren't good enough, and they were just getting walked all over. It was a piece of piss for them to just go straight through our midfield. But yeah, I'm not going to sit here and have a go at Parkinson just yet. I can't. You can't. He's only been in the job a couple of days. But it's clear to see that, you know, particularly the final third needs working on massively. That's the big thing for me. Of course, yeah, we're conceding goals. We conceded the 1 goal today, but we just look so clueless in the final third. And with Wycombe in there, we can't play to his strength. I don't know whether he does have any strengths, to be honest with you. But Greg, we need to try and find a way to get him more involved. I'm glad that Watmore started today, to be fair. He's had a bit of stick from fans and from me in patches in the past. But he was okay today. Whilst he was on, he gave us a little bit of something different. He got in behind down the right hand side a couple of times, just not anywhere near enough. We just didn't get into those more attacking, aggressive positions anywhere near enough. We were just too kind, almost, if you know what I mean, because we were just soft as shit. That's the be-all and end-all of it. They had that bit more aggression, that bit more bite. They went into tackles harder. They just wanted it that little bit more than us, and that definitely shown. So yeah, we lost by a 1-0, which is shit, and it isn't an ideal start for Parkinson. But now he will get chance throughout the week to, or throughout the next couple of days, hopefully, to just really get the lads in training, and obviously as weeks go on anyway, he's gonna find the right system. The players will be able to digest everything he wants them to do, and hopefully it does pay off for him. But as of right now, we sit 10th in the league. I'm pretty sure, I could be wrong there, but as when I last checked, we were 10th, which of course isn't good enough. But I'm just hoping that we do manage to turn this around, and I'm confident that we will. I am confident that we will. I think the group of players that we do have are good enough to achieve automatic promotion. It's just trying to find the right system to suit the players that we do have. So I think one thing as well is, of course, January. When January comes, it seems as though Parkinson does have ideas of what he wants to do with the squad. He's kind of suggested or hinted towards that, he's already had discussions with Stewart Donald about January and whether he's going to be backed, of course, and everything like that, which he is apparently. But yeah, it'd be interesting to see who he brings in. We definitely need a striker. We need more pace massively, and someone who can control the midfield, because on paper, Power and Ledbetter are the types of players who are apparently supposed to be these kind of players, but they can't do it, particularly when they're together. They can't do it. They completely cancel each other out, and it doesn't work. So I personally think we need a striker. We just need pace in that final third, and someone who can dominate in midfield. Maybe just a big brick shithouse who can bully in the midfield, because we don't have that. We don't have that big brute in midfield at all. So yeah, it finished 1-0. It's not great. We push on, we move on, and we get on with it. Wycombe are obviously doing very, very well this season, so, it could be worse. But, yeah, it's not good enough. It's not good enough whatsoever. Also, just to add on to the end of this video, there has been a sort of marginal update on the takeover. It had been reported from the Echo today that the takeover is edging closer and closer. I know I did make a video a couple of weeks ago where it looked as though it was all but done. Since then, a few things have happened, so I've kind of steered clear of the takeover talks type thing. I didn't really want to touch upon it because it looked like it may be sort of 50-50, but apparently we are very, very close to this takeover / investment from some very rich people, which of course is a nice positive to sort of end the video on. But yeah, we lost 1-0. I'm not taking too much from that game in terms of trying to gauge what Parkinson wants to do with the squad. You can't really, can you? Because he has only been in with us for a couple of days, like I say. But hopefully in time he will get it right, and we can push forward. But that is it, guys. We've lost 1-0. I've tried to remain positive rather than just constantly saying shite over and over again like I normally do every time we lose. But that's it. What did you think of the game? Let me know in the comments down below. But if you have enjoyed this little video, please hit the like button for me. It'd be massively, massively appreciated. And subscribe to the channel if you're not already to become a fully fledged member of the Sassy Army. But for now, you take care and stay jamming.